Alright, tonight is a night that I've been looking forward to for a very long time. About 2 months ago, Matt and I came to this gallery, to San Francisco Art Exchange, and we actually met Theron, who's the owner of the gallery. He was super nice. They were displaying at the time a bunch of cool photography, and he let us know that Shepard Fairey was going to be coming here and doing a collaboration show with Jim Marshall, who's a photographer, and doing a collection called American Civics that is a lot of cool paintings from Jim Marshall photographs. And so tonight is the event, and it's exciting for a bunch of reasons. Number one, I'm just excited to meet Shepard Fairey because that's going to be awesome. He's been a huge influence for me. Number two, being out in the scene is always good. We've had a lot of really good luck at events, and so that's going to be cool. And then also, one thing that I had talked to Theron about was about Snapchat and custom geofilters. And so for tonight's event, I actually made one for him. Let's see, we'll just take a picture real quick. Throw that up. There, you can see, so SFAE, San Francisco Art Exchange, American Civics, that's the title of the show, and then this painting right here, oops, is actually this right here, which is really cool. So it's going to be a really fun night, and also Theron said that we can film tonight. We're going to give him all the footage too, so it's going to be super rad. The show, the space looks amazing. It starts in less than an hour, so really pumped about that.
How you doing? I'm Blake.
Shepard.
Tell me your story. Well, I'm a digital marketer by trade, turned full-time artist. I'm doing this crazy project called 90 Days to MOMA. I'm trying to get my art into SF MOMA in 90 days. And I have actually a videographer somewhere that moved in with me. I met him on Craigslist, and he films every single day. We make a short film.
All right.
So we're on like day 74. You're actually a really big inspiration for me. Art has always been a hobby and a passion for me. I've never relied on it to pay the bills.
Right.
And so I guess I'm curious for you, I imagine when you started, obviously, out in the streets, you weren't getting paid, and maybe you didn't even know you would.
I was broke for the first 10 years
and
of my
probably
career.
getting fines.
Yeah, jail time, fines,
right.
Living,
probation,
I would drive from Providence to Boston or New York, and if I couldn't find a place to crash, I'd sleep in my car.
Yeah.
And
crazy.
I never expected to make any money, and I'm really lucky that I have, but it was never the goal. This has been a very, very fortunate benefit of what I was inclined to do anyway.
Mm-hmm. Do you think that now, since you've made such a big impact in even the gallery scene from the streets and kind of transferred over to you sell prints for a lot, or you sell original for shit tons of money, does it change the art to you?
No, because I still make the same images for free stuff on the street or inexpensive prints. The fact that I have an audience that's willing to pay more for the things that I spend a lot more time on just means that that's money I can put back into facilitating other projects and donate to causes. We're donating a percentage of all of this to causes to charities that are related to each cause.
Right.
So it's given me the luxury of being able to be more generous, but it doesn't change my, what I choose to make art of. This is not a choice because it's more commercially viable. It's less commercially viable.
Right.
Political stuff is less commercially viable.
Of course.
Sorry,
Yeah.
Theron.
No, I know that, but I knew I'd get into it.
Yeah, so
I wanted to say, I was right in, I'm on it.
So it's, having the luxury to be able to do something like this, and hopefully it sells, but if it doesn't, I'm not going to be evicted.
Right.
That's a great position.
You don't have to sleep in your car anymore.
Right.
Yeah. That's
Well,
awesome.
if he sleeps in his car, it'll be a lot bigger.
Yeah. Another thing, just kind of on the kind of creative tangent. So I think that a lot of people know you for the Hope poster, right? And this obviously inspired by the Hope poster, which was cool. I made a few years ago just because I love the image so much. Was there ever a point after that took off and got so big that you were living in that project's shadow of well, now I need to do something bigger, or I need to do something better?
Well, one of the things I knew immediately was this was sort of a perfect storm of variables that I'm benefiting from. I made an image that is a competent piece of graphic design, but it's riding a wave of a lot of other things that are happening, and this can't be the new standard because that's completely unrealistic.
Got it.
Doesn't mean that I didn't try to learn from aspects of that process and think like, oh, so next time I know this might be a good thing to do or that might be a bad thing to do. But I recognized it as potentially a once in a lifetime phenomenon, and because otherwise I think I'd just be living a life of disappointment now if I thought that was the standard I should try to maintain.
Totally.
It's virtually impossible,
Right.
So,
Right.
but I was very encouraged that I wasn't working with the campaign on that. I did it as a grassroots thing.
So when you made it, you had no idea that it was going to take on that life?
No. I just did it for my normal audience of a couple thousand people, and then it ended up being in front of millions of people.
Yeah, it's incredible. I know that you're busy, you have a million people to talk to, but I just really appreciate everything that you've done. It's been really important to me.
Thank you.
It's really cool.
Thank you. Well, good luck with the MOMA project.
Thank you.
Very exciting.
It's really fun. It's a lot of fun. The takeaway is the same as when we went to the other event, is that like just getting out in the scene and like being at events is like what needs to happen. Pretty much if I'm not painting, I need to be out at things like this. I mean, it meant a lot for me to meet Shepard because he's been an inspiration. Just in terms of this project, I think the overall feeling is just like we need to get out and be in the scene and be at everything like this that we possibly can.
Let's tell our audience to stay awesome.
Stay awesome.